Everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Today we're going to be making beef short ribs, and very simple recipe. We're going to be making a rub, so let's get started. I'm going to show you. You're going to need quite a bit of spices, but once you get all the spices together, it goes really fast. So we're going to be doing garlic powder, onion powder, citric acid, lemon pepper, paprika, Cajun seasoning, chili powder, mustard, forgot the salt, and the salt to taste. Now, and then I have the short ribs right here. This is what they look like. You just want to make sure that they're not very thick. This is perfect. I just don't want to touch it because I want to get the spices going. So about ½ an inch thick is perfect, just so they cook up really quickly. If they're thicker, they just take longer to cook, and I don't like them, so I usually tell the butcher to cut them up ½ inch or even less than a little bit less than ½ an inch. So let's get started. So the mustard we're going to use just to coat the ribs, and that's going to be like a glue for us. It's like a binding agent in a sense, because when you just throw the rub on there, it just kind of falls off, you know, and it doesn't stick really well. It doesn't, and I've been experimenting with this recipe for a while, and I just didn't get that yummy taste. So then I tried it with the mustard, and it really helps the rub to kind of stick onto the ribs. So I'm gonna make a lot of it, and the reason is because we're gonna season the ribs, and then when they're baking, when they're grilling outside, we're gonna splash some on the grill. When they come off the grill, we're gonna add a little bit more on. And this is such a nice rub. It's actually a really good thing, even if you're frying or grilling chicken wings and stuff. This is something, you know, powder you can throw on top. It's just a really tasty powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. Two tablespoons of onion powder. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon of citric acid, and this really gives it a really nice tangy tart flavor. And then we're gonna do 4 teaspoons of lemon pepper, we're gonna do 8 tablespoons of paprika, I'm gonna change that to 6 tablespoons of paprika, because I forgot I had the chili powder too, and that's gonna give it some color too. Now the chili powder we're using is a little bit spicy too, so I'm not gonna add too much Cajun seasoning in here, but I'm gonna give it a try. And so about 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, and I'm also gonna I've got all these powders going into my throat. I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna adjust the flavors as much as I want, and then let's do 2 tablespoons right now of the chili powder. And let's do ½ teaspoon of salt, because all the other the chili powder will have salt in it too. But if we need to adjust it, we can always adjust. Okay. So at this point, I'm just gonna give everything a really good mix. Now this is the time, if you like, you know, your food really spicy, go ahead and add some cayenne in it if you like. And if you don't like your food spicy at all, you can tone down the chili powder if you like. So this is really a versatile powder mix that I make, and just basically use it for everything. Even if you're making fries, you can top this mixture up on fries and it tastes really good. So, wow. Tangy. Just the right amount. You know, it could use a bit of the chili powder in there because I don't taste any spiciness in there. So I'll go ahead and add 2 more tablespoons in there. And a recipe should pop up on the right hand side of the screen. Otherwise, if you go in the description, you will find that all my recipes are in the description. You can also go to www.raihanascuisines.com and you'll find recipes and videos on there too. Okay, 1 more taste. So good. Very good rub. This would really be great on chicken too. So there we go. Very, very simple. I'm just gonna put a tray here and let's get this cleaned up a little bit. Now, what I usually do is, you know, I have an empty Cajun container which I am going to go ahead and relabel it to my my spice powder. So what I usually do is I just take the powder mix and I put it in a bottle, or you could use, you know, one of these containers. You know, they're at a dollar store. They're about $1. Anything that you can just use to kind of sprinkle onto your ribs. Okay, I'll fill this up later. Just. Alright, so anything that like has holes in it that you can, you know, sprinkle on. So let's get all this out of the way. Okay, right? So what we're gonna do here is really, really simple. I took my short ribs out of the package. I washed it under really hot water, and there you go. Okay, so we're just gonna line them up just like so. It's just easier. And about 4 come in a packet, and they're about $8 for like 4 of them. So they're not too bad, but actually my son, my husband, and my daughter, my little one, loves these. I really don't care for these. So so what you want to do is you just want to put a really thin layer of mustard. Like I said, we're not doing this for the flavor. We're just doing this more because we want our marinade to stick onto the ribs. Okay. And the other thing that you can even try using is just tamarind, concentrated tamarind syrup that you get at any Asian store. Those would be really good. It would just make sure you limit the amount of citric acid then that you would put onto the into the powder, onto the rub mix. Okay, all right. I'm gonna come back, do the same thing for these. Okay, next step is now the fun part, just sprinkling the rub on there, and you want to do that generously. Okay. Okay. We're gonna put this in a tray here, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna turn these around and sprinkle a little bit more of the rub on there. And so I transferred these, you know, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put more rub on the other side of our ribs, and then I'm gonna go ahead, finish all the rest of the four ribs the same way, and then you guys can join me back when we're gonna go outside. It's a beautifully gorgeous day outside. You know, the birds are chirping, the sun is shining, and we're gonna be grilling some ribs. So just make sure, you know, don't be scared to really season them nicely, just because, you know, when you grill them, you're gonna lose some of that rub. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish these up. We're gonna come back, we're gonna go outside, and we're gonna start grilling. So I'll see you back in about, oh, I forgot to tell you, we're gonna be marinating these for about 2 to 3 hours. So we're back here, and the ribs have been marinating here for about 3 hours. I've got our grill preheated at about 450 degrees, and the temperature is going to go lower once I open it. So it's hot. I've got 3 burners going here, and when we put the ribs on, I am going to lower 2 burners on to low, so that way it kind of, you know, evenly cooks the ribs. The other thing is also, I can't stress enough how important it is to, when you start grilling, that you want to grill on a very clean grill. So if you know, marinated, like we barbecued the day before, so yesterday I made sure that I took out all the grills and really washed them out. And then you know, you will have some scum on it, which won't come off easily. So when you have the temperature is on really high, it's really easy. What you do is get a brush that is really prickly. I mean, it's really prickly. And if you just rub it on the onto the grill, it will loosen up some of that stuff. And so just make sure your grill is really nice and clean. Okay. And now, so let's go ahead and got our ribs that are really well marinated, really well. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit more rub on it, just a little bit more. Although I think we did a really good job of generously seasoning them. Sure, you get a long tongs so they're easier. And what you want to do is you want to start putting these on the back of the grill, because that's where the hottest part of the grill is. Okay. And so I'm gonna go ahead, put all these on there, and then I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna turn it after 5 minutes, but it should be done in about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna put them 7 minutes on each side, and I'm also gonna close the grill so that way it's really gonna lock in that flavor, and also it's going to cook. So this is on high, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave these on high, and I'm gonna turn these on medium. And so I'm gonna let them cook nicely, and I don't want to make them cook really quickly where the outside is done and the inside is still raw. So I'm gonna go ahead, close the door, and if you can come here and see, just, you know, when I told you I was I preheated it at, it was 450, and look at it, it was just by opening the door, opening the window, or it, you know, brought us down to 300 degrees. So we need to bring it back up to 400 degrees. But I'll put it in for about 7 minutes. Keep an eye on it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it after 7 minutes. And so a total of 15 minutes. We're gonna come back and see how they're doing in about 15 minutes. So I've got our ribs here. I turned them once. I just want you to look at how wonderful they look. And at this point, because I turned them once, I'm also going to go ahead and just add the rub again right on top of the grill, just like that. Just be careful, don't add too much, otherwise it's going to go in your eyes. And make sure that the temperature is a little low when you put it, otherwise it's really going to fly into your eyes. Just going to add more rub here. Okay. We're almost done. I'm going to give this another 5 minutes and then we're going to come back and try these out. They should be done. And then on the side here, you can see that I'm cooking up some chicken wings that I'm making with a sauce, which is an apricot, orange, and habanero pepper chicken wings. So make sure if you guys haven't seen that recipe yet, make sure you guys watch that on YouTube. And if it's not on YouTube, then it'll be probably posted a week next week. So we're back here. Our ribs are completely done, and guess who's going to do a taste test? Sumaya, because she's been waiting all day for these ribs to get done. So I'm going to go ahead and cut her a little piece here so she can. So it's going to be hot. So. Here you go. Smile. Here you go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put them on a plate. So 15 minutes, 7 minutes on each side. And I know they're going to be very, very hot. And I'm going to be serving these up with some lime wedges. And then also I grilled some nectarines that I just cut up and put them on there for just a couple minutes. And oh, they smell amazing. And there you go. So Sumaya, were you able to give it a try, or is it really, really hot? Is it? Can you try just a little bite? Good. Really good? All right. So we got our ribs all done, and make sure you check out my wings recipe if you haven't done so. So we got our wings, our ribs done today. Next time, hope you can join me here with another great episode. So see you then, friends.